Hey there, welcome to Creative Nature Adventures. And on this Drawing Tip Tuesday, we're going to talk about cylinders. So, why would we need to learn to draw cylinders? Well, if we don't, when we go to draw a cup, some people will just, here's a cup. Oops, I'm sorry, like that. It's very two-dimensional. I could put little water lines and then you know it's a cup. But I'm going to show you how to draw a cylinder and how it's going to create automatically a little depth. So let's look at this, and it's translucent. So let's just pretend that right here is my midline. Okay, I'm going to start out with a flat circle. When I'm looking at the bottom, okay, the back is going back here, and here's the front. Okay, so these are all rough, no big deal. Then when I look at the top, here's the front and the back. Okay, so here's the front of the cup. I know the back is back here. I'm going to take it. I know this is the front of the cup here. So when I go to draw the cup, I'm grabbing this basically, or grabbing this and coming down. This is a shaky table, so this is kind of not the best way to show you, but oh, there we go, okay. So here's the top. So I'm looking up this way. This is my midpoint, and then I'm looking at the bottom this way. So if I take this and erase this, okay. Now, if it's translucent, I could keep that back there. I could even keep this back here to show, and then, you know, you could put the water line in there. But notice how much more curve there is to these lines than to this. That's the problem. If you don't make these circles, a lot of times you end up with a really flat looking product. Now, that's great. I am nature journaling. I'm not going to draw a whole bunch of cups. I got you on that one. So here's why this is good. So I'm going to draw a tree. Okay? If I'm standing here, they call this diameter breast height. That's usually 4.5 feet. That's about where people see, and that is where foresters actually measure the tree. Okay, so let's do the same thing. Let's pretend I'm looking at the tree. This is my middle line. Okay, and then down here, again, this is my front line. I'm going to be looking up at the trunk here. So this is my front line. But the reason that you do the whole circle is to get that shape. You can do that and then come down if you get really good at it, but doing the shape, all you have to do is erase it. So let's make this a little bigger, okay? So then here comes my trunk, okay? And then if, let's say that my trunk splits here, okay, now I have another, okay, this one maybe is coming towards me, okay, and then maybe this one is heading back, okay, so And if you start to look at trees, you'll see that that happens. This is actually a tree I started, and you can see where I've made a lot of those marks. I have not erased them yet. And this is actually my dashboard because I was looking at the tree. I didn't get to finish the picture. The other thing that you can do when you have drawings like this, and we'll do this as another tip later on, but you can actually do contour lines. Okay, so here's one contour. Notice they're arcing up, okay, because again, this is level, so from here we'd be looking up. From down here, we'd essentially be looking below. Okay, so I'm not going to arc as much, straight across. Now, they're going to start arcing down, okay? And then you could do, it's kind of like latitude and longitude lines. Okay, so if you had a big root or a big piece of the tree that came off, and, you know, this would come up, and then there's your root. Okay, so, you know, if there are bumps, like say there was a knot hole in here, and sometimes they have that little edge, you'd come up, bump, it goes in, down, and that kind of helps you give the get the idea of the shape too. So those are two tricks to helping you draw an item with a little more volume. All right, I hope you found this interesting and helpful, and I will see you guys next Tuesday.